Well, there you go, guys. It finishes at the Emirates tonight. Arsenal 4, Newcastle United 1. Welcome to the match reaction here on the Toon Review. My name's Paul. Thank you so much for joining us after what can only be described as a shit show at the Emirates tonight. Couple of positives, of course, with Willock returning and looking like a really, really hungry midfielder who wants to get the ball and run at defenders. We haven't seen that for so long. And, Joe Willock has been a massive miss. And my God, is it great to see him back in match day action. He looked fit. He looked raring to go. But having said that, I think he should have been on the pitch a little bit earlier than he was. Certainly how Sean Longstaff played the full game, I will never know tonight. Never know in a blue bloody moon. You looked at the lineup and, the tactics for me were when we were defending, we sit as a 4-5-1 and on the attack a 4-3-3. Dubravka was missing tonight because of illness, which meant Karius stepped in. And Loris Karius, hats off to you, good sir. You were brilliant tonight. Sweeper keeper, you made some brilliant saves, and if it wasn't for Karius, it could have been 6 or 7 tonight. He made some great saves, and how nice was it to see when the balls came over the top, he was out like a bullet from a gun and cleared the ball and helped out his back four, who will probably be much more comfortable with a guy like Karius than Dubravka, who is like a snail coming off his line. And I don't think Karius has done anything wrong and should not be dropped. You look at goalkeepers and you think, right, if you step in for that goalkeeper, no matter what reason, where it's illness or injury, but you step up to the plate and you play well, you don't deserve to be dropped. You get that position, and most of the time, a manager will say, you go out there and you show me that you should keep this number 1 shirt. And that's exactly what Karius has done tonight. But apart from that, what other positives to say? We were just shocking. No yellow cards from us. There was only one in the game, I think, at the end of the day, which was in the first 6 minutes of the game. But that just says how powder puff we were. Where was the physicality from Newcastle tonight? We just backed off Arsenal, bent over and said, take us up the arse, just destroy us. And that's exactly what they did. And given that I think we were very lucky that Arteta decided to play Kai Havertz instead of Nketiah or Jesus, because I think had one of them been on the pitch, it might have been a very, very different story scoreline-wise. It would have been more than 4-1. I can pretty much guarantee you that. Havertz is a useless footballer. He's terrible. So slow. And Arsenal were kind of, started the match completely on top, but you feel like if they had a striker there, they could have been a couple of goals up before they actually were. But listen, it was just shambolic. I don't know what's going on with Sven Botman at the moment, but he looks all over the place. He looks so devoid of confidence that I'm actually stretched to say that I would rather see Lascelles start the game on Tuesday and sit him out. Give him a little kick up the arse and say, look, you've got to improve, Sunshine, because he hasn't exactly hit the heights since coming back from injury. So I think Sharon Lascelles should start the game on Tuesday. But look, Livramento started instead of Dan Burn. It's what we've all been calling out for, and I don't think Livramento did anything wrong. I quite honestly, I didn't see the point of him bringing Dan Burn on. Me and Billy said that in commentary. What basis does that happen? Why bring him on? Look, just let Livramento play the 90. Let him play out the game. He's done nothing wrong. Yes, Saka did him for the 3rd goal for Arsenal. But look, Saka is a quality player. Sometimes Saka doesn't turn up, but he's got the ability to do just that. He's done that to many a defender in his time so far. So I'm not even looking at Livramento for that goal. He tried to stay with him, but he scored a brilliant goal in the far corner. But our midfield is just absolute lacklustre, devoid of any confidence, devoid of any pace, and no one will put a bloody tackle in. You've got to go to places like the Emirates and be physical. You've got to have some sort of physicality on the pitch. Otherwise, they're just going to brush you aside. And that's exactly what they did tonight. They brushed us aside. When can you name one tackle that Newcastle United put in that really roughed up an Arsenal player? I'm not saying go out there and break a leg or get a yellow card. Put a tackle in. Win the ball. Sean Longstaff, I honestly, he's getting to the point where, he has a good spell and then he's absolutely shambolic. And he was anonymous tonight. Lewis Miley, for me, is taking Longstaff's place ahead of him when it comes to picking one of those two when everybody else is fit. He really is. And that's only Sean Longstaff's fault. He is so slow. He's so slow in there to try and think where his next pass is going. And he's so slow with his legs. Numerous times tonight, he was receiving passes and expecting the ball to come to him instead of him going to the ball. Martinelli did it to him in the first half and hit a shot over the bar. And then from a throw-in in the second half, he couldn't even trap the throw-in. It went through him and Arsenal are on the attack again from our own throw-in. Pathetic. Isak was a bit frozen tonight. I thought, the system we played, we didn't have enough of the ball to create anything for Isak, but it's good to get him some minutes in the tank, and hopefully he'll go again on Tuesday night. There was one in particular, brilliant bit of skill. Bruno in the second half, brilliant pass out to Isak on the left-hand side, brought it down brilliantly, and then cut inside Ben White and fired a shot just over the bar. That's what Isak has in his locker. But we didn't see any of it tonight, from any Newcastle United player, apart from when Joe Willock came on. And I thought we scored the best goal of the night, quite honestly. Lovely move. Harvey Barnes breaking away, showing a bit of pace, actually. And then finding Anthony Gordon. Gordon, brilliant overlap from Dan Burn, who puts a lovely floated cross in. And obviously, Willock is so good at doing that, arriving in the penalty box to score goals. And it was a lovely placed header into the far corner. But we just did not see enough of that. Now, whether you want to look at the manager or the players, I think it's a bit of both. I had a conversation with Alex at the end of Matchday Live show there, thinking, I think Willock should have been on the pitch a bit sooner and should have been on for Sean Longstaff. I just cannot understand how Longstaff stayed on the pitch till the end of that game. It's suicidal. Some of the decisions that he's making at the minute are suicidal. There's no doubt about it. But, you've got to look at the individual players as well. Some of them players are better than what we're seeing in recent weeks. I know, I've seen it. The performances have not been good enough the last few weeks, and we've got away with it. Numerous times we've got away with it. And I always said when we come up against a good opposition, as we did tonight in Arsenal, they will brush us aside if we play as bad as that. And the performance was as bad again. We have not looked good in recent weeks at all, and that is starting to become a concern. And the game against Blackburn in the FA Cup now at Ewood Park on Tuesday night becomes a massive game for Newcastle United. Because if we go out of the Cup on Tuesday night with another lacklustre display, then serious questions are going to be asked. I agree with Alex as well, though. Alex saying, wait till Eddie's got his players back. The likes of Willock and Anderson's just around the corner, Nick Pope coming back. Wait till we get these players back and then see if it changes over the next 3 to 4 weeks in performances when Eddie's got everyone to pick from. But it's going to happen to managers where they do get injuries. There'll be more injuries for us this season. It's very rare that a manager goes into a game and has his full squad to pick from. So I do genuinely think the pressure is starting to come on Eddie now. I don't think for any single second that he should be fired yet. Because, as I say, I do agree with Alex. Wait till everybody's back, and then we can judge him when he's got his full squad back, or most of it back. Let's see if that makes a big difference to the way we play. But certainly when Willock came on, it definitely made a difference to the way we play. We were more direct. Barnes did well when he came on. Again, a very direct footballer, getting the ball, likes to attack, and that's what we want to see. We don't want to see players getting the ball, spinning back towards the defence, and then ending up back at the goalkeeper. But the performance tonight was just absolute powder puff. There was nothing there to get excited about, apart from the end. Nothing. No tackles, no physicality. We just got brushed aside. I mean, that first half is as close to a training session for Arsenal as you are ever going to get. It was rotten. And I know Arsenal are a good side. But listen, if you're going to go down fighting, for God's sake. Don't go out with a powder puff like we did. Just paying all the respect in the world to Arsenal and end up getting humped. Because that's what happened tonight. We just paid too much respect to them and we get an absolute humping. And it can't happen. Our performances need to improve. And hopefully we'll see them improve on Tuesday night at Ewood Park. But it depends what kind of team he puts out, doesn't it? The pressure's on him to put that right team out that goes and gets a result. Because if we don't get a result, serious questions will start to be asked. But anyway, there you go. That's my reaction from the game, guys. Let me know in the comments what you thought. If you have enjoyed it, please do subscribe if you're new to the channel. But don't forget to hit that notification bell, which will let you know when we upload or schedule our live shows. Yeah, don't forget to give the thumbs up, guys, because that is massively important to the channel. But thank you for watching. Try and enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. The next live show from us, of course, is Sunday evening, 7 p.m, where we will bring you the match review, where we'll go through the player ratings, etc., and take a deeper dive into what went wrong at the Emirates tonight. But in the meantime, take care.